DisruptU is a platform that uses short films, funny skits, positive mindfulness, and lessons from me, a digital leadership coach, all in brief curated experiences to empower those who will reinvent our digital future. Welcome back, everyone, for another episode of DisruptU, where we are talking with amazing and incredible guests who are disrupting, they're innovating and creating and co-creating and reshaping the future of the digital world. And when I tell you who we have today, Mr. Raamel Mitchell, who has just been incredible and an amazing force in my career. I look to him as not only a role model, but someone that I aspire to continue this whole path of innovation. I mean, that's what you have done in my life when I see, amazing things like with the work you did with NASA and the Dreamliner, the first time that we were able to take kids from underserved communities and being able to give them one of the most unique experiences in the world and see, this is how I know you. You don't just do nothing small. How you gonna go get a big plane that lands at NASA? I'm gonna let everybody get to know who you are, and I could not be more excited. So let's open up first. Mr. Raamel Mitchell, let our audience know your career path and your disruptive innovation path, filling your purpose. That's what we want to know about.
Well, Trice, first, thank you so much, right? And so I really appreciate being here and having a conversation with you. And you mentioned, our careers. One of the things that I'll say, one of the highlights of my career is having the opportunity to work with you and seeing kind of your growth and really being able to partner. And I think when we think about this, when we think about our career growth in general, any of us, I think that career growth starts with understanding who we are, understanding who our allies are, understanding who our partners are, so that we can achieve our goals in life, so that we can achieve our personal goals, our professional goals, our career goals. Because I believe, my journey didn't start when I entered the doors of any company. The journey started when a seed is planted inside of your heart, and that you understand that there's something that you want to do to make something happen. All of us have it, I think, in some form or fashion. We all have a sense of, I think we could do something to be something that's going to be amazing. And so my career at Microsoft started, or in technology started, really years before I entered the door. It started when I was in high school, right? It sounds funny. I was kind of that geeky science kid, right? That had this, that tried to DJ occasionally, right? That broke too much stuff, that then tried to fix it. That worked sometimes.
Disrupt.
I was a disruptor, right? I disrupted my parents, all of their electronics in their house. And so, but it really did start there. I mean, this passion of gravitating towards something that I thought was interesting, something that aligned with a part of me that I could really invest in. And when we say invest, I'm not just talking about a financial investment. I'm talking about an investment that's even more important than a finance. I'm talking about your investment in time. Your investment in time. And so for me, when I graduated high school and Raytheon sent me Raytheon hired me and said, hey, look, we would like for you to come out to support some of the work that we're doing with Department of Energy and Nevada test site. To me, that wasn't just about the money that was invested in my education in high school and tutors. It was really about the investment of time that started, and that started the clock ticking.
Time as currency.
Time as currency.
Whew.
Time as capital.
Whew.
Right? And so when you think about that, wherever you are in your career, whatever you're doing, whatever phase, when you're thinking about the next phase, your next phase doesn't begin when you take the new job. Your next phase is started years before. What books have you read? What networks have you built? Who have you actively gone out to seek advisement from and mentorship from? And so that's something that we all have to do. If we're going to be a real disruptor, we have to understand the world around us. We have to understand who we are. We have to know who we are. We have to have a better sense of the world around us. And it's easy to just really kind of cannibalize our own thoughts if we don't have a diverse ecosystem of people around us, a lot of thinking that's going on around us. What books are you reading? You are what you read, right? We all probably grew up, hearing, you are what you eat. You are what you read.
Whew.
You are who you associate with. All of this builds a part of you, right? It helps to complete who you are. And so when I think about the disruptive journey, I believe that when you're reading things, whether it's social science or whether you're reading science or whether you're reading history, which I love history, reading a ton of history, or you're reading current events, or you're reading things that are outside of your normal realm, that's when disruption can occur.
Boy, you talking my talk. I'm about to jump out this chair and run around. I hope you don't mind. Give me just a minute. That's serious. That's what this is about. You see, when we can expose people to an idea, that's what's missing. Exposed cannot be just for the elite and at the top. Because see, there are ideas that I don't care if it's the people that came in here and that come and serve, that clean, that whatever. There are ideas and innovation coming from everywhere, and I think that that's the key. Is we've got to respect people's ideas, but get them exposed so that we can bring in a new inclusive level ideas that take us straight to the top. And that's where I'm at. And reading is a part of that. So I cannot thank you enough for the things that you're exposing to others. And now let's talk about your passion and your purpose in innovation. How in the world is all of that coming together for you so that we can inspire so many others?
This is the area of innovation is one that I think is near and dear to my heart. It's one where if you're in the technology industry, of course, you have to continue to innovate. You have to think about who your customers are. You have to think about who you serve. And when you think about it from that lens, we know that every day the world is changing, right? For the last 2 years, the last 2 years have been a pause for many of us. But it's also for many of us provided an opportunity to pause, think, reflect, and think about how things can change, right? Society ultimately we've all changed in some form or fashion. So I think about innovation as an opportunity for us to look at processes. I think about innovation as an opportunity for us to look at new designs and skill sets that we can build and implement. I think that it's core to building a sustainable lifestyle. It's core to building a sustainable company. It allows us to be agile, to address the changes and the shifts that are occurring in society, that are occurring in business. You have to adapt. And so innovation allows us to do that.
Boy, I could do this all day. Like I told you all earlier, we're going to wrap up here with another episode of DisruptU. Can I want to say follow you at something because I know you're on social media, on LinkedIn. They can follow you on LinkedIn. Yep. Tell them where they can find you.
So I'm on LinkedIn, Raamel Mitchell on LinkedIn, and then also Really Raamel. So on Instagram.
You got a Really Raamel Instagram?
Yeah, I'm Really Raamel on Instagram.
Really Raamel.
So you can be really on Instagram with me. So we'd love to have you there.
I'm so excited. We will be back for another episode soon, and can't wait to see you all again. Let's go.